Hey, Sangriaz from the Hin Levels here, and welcome to Sit Down with Sangriaz episode 8. This is a weekly podcast where I talk about the last week's releases, how long it takes to complete them, what kind of DLC and updates came out with achievements, and the news from last week a little bit, and what's coming up this week that I'm excited about. So, without further ado, let's get started. So let's talk about some news from last week. Enotria last song, they decided to uh, pause development on the Xbox version to focus more on the PS5 and PC version. This is an understandable choice for a smaller developer, but still don't like it. I want the Xbox version. So hopefully, after they're done with the PS5 version and PC version, they'll revisit the Xbox version and release it later. So we'll see. Hopefully, it comes out. Toys for Bob. They made Crash Bandicoot Spyro series. Used to be part of Activision, but they decided to go independent. But they're still working with Microsoft, so they didn't like leave on a bad note or anything. They just want to be more independent, I guess. Their first project is gonna be with Microsoft, but they didn't say what game they're gonna be working on. Hopefully, it's a remake, like fully reimagination remake of for the first Spyro games. I love Spyro 1 to 3, the fourth and later games were not so great in my opinion. So hopefully it's that. We'll see what news comes out in the future. Phil Spencer came out and said he wants like other video game stores on the Xbox, like Epic, Steam, stuff like that. I don't particularly know like what kind of benefit as a customer will get through this, other than that we got a choice of retailers to choose from. I already have, and I recall many of us already have a big library on the Xbox store, at least the current Xbox owners. So if Epic comes, if Steam comes, we're gonna have to deal with other library, and I think it's gonna be confusing rather than helping. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, as it is on Steam, I only on Steam and Windows Store is the only two I use. I never bother with Epic. I never bother with the GOG. I want my library like uniform. I don't want it over like 5 different stores. Same with the ebooks. I use only the Kindle mostly, and very few that's not available on Amazon Kindle. I'll go for another store. So yeah, that's I don't know. Tell me what you think. In more of a personal news and not really an Xbox news, I've been debating what sometimes there's like games that and we don't get codes for. Like, do we buy them out of our own pocket and cover them? But then we get like review codes for a bunch of other games that time is always limited. We might get like codes for 10 out of 15 games, and then there's like 4 or 5 other games that we didn't get codes for, but maybe some of them were interesting, some of them were not. Like, for example, um, Prince of Persia. I'm a big fan of Prince of Persia, so I was very interested about it. Obviously, we didn't get a code for it. We're not like a big enough channel, and I don't really have contacts at Ubisoft to get them. But I subscribed to UB Plus, and I tried the game out, loved it, want to make content for it, and I'm planning to. I just haven't gotten that. Haven't found the time to edit, but and then like games like Persona 3 came to Game Pass, so I was able to cover that. Stuff like that, there's time, there's money, like what to do about it. And one way to solve the money issue is, to ask for like donations, gifting, Patreon, that kind of things. And I've been on the fence about it. I'm not really the type that, I don't believe in like getting stuff for nothing. So if I got the codes, I want to make some content or whatever. I want to at least like put a news out there, even if it's just this podcast. Like I play the game so that I can talk about it, or even like for 10 seconds on this podcast, stuff like that. So tell me what you think on that one as well. This week, after I posted about it, someone was very nice enough to gift me South Park Snow Day. So I'm installing it right now. Haven't fully installed it just yet. I hope to check it out and make some videos for the game. So on to Game Pass releases of last week. Terra Invicta game preview, Windows only, came out. It's in game preview, so it gets constantly updated, and the game is not yet complete, but the achievements are supported. I'll talk about more about that in the next section. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 turbocharged. Hot Wheels Unleashed 1 left the service, and the second one is just filling in that void, so that's awesome. It's more of the same game, but it's the second game, so a little bit better, I think. Open Roads is an adventure game that just joined the Game Pass Day 1. Talk about it because it's a recent release. Diablo 4, the first Game Pass game from the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Activision president has always said they don't believe in subscription services, so they've never put any of their games on the subscription service, and this is the very first one. So it's kind of historic. And I'm assuming more will come very soon. Hopefully we'll hear more about it, like we're gonna get Call of Duty, we're gonna get like other stuff. I'm kind of interested about the Blizzard's PC only offerings, like StarCraft 2 coming to Game Pass maybe. I own StarCraft 2, but I think it's gonna be interesting. It's not a Windows Store game. It's not an Xbox game. Will they still come to Game Pass? We'll see. I think some of the EA games are there already, so on the PC side. So I think it has a possibility. So that's all the news and the Game Pass releases from last week. Let's move on to the actual releases from last week and the DLC and updates, and I'll talk about some stuff from this week as well. So as usual, I'm gonna go over the full releases first in chronological release order. Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles is an open world builder with the freedom and expression at its core, allowing players to build sprawling towns, spires, and fortresses that become hubs for trade or rallying grounds for conquest. So this is like part of the Falconeer series, but it plays nothing like the Falconeer game. So I haven't tried it yet. I think it's an interesting game, but probably not for me. So we'll see. Don't have too much information. There's also only one person that completed it so far. It could be done in about 10 hours, it looks like. Okay, Terra Invicta. This is the Game Pass Day 1 game in a game preview Windows only that I talked about in the news section. An extraterrestrial probe is detected approaching Earth. Unknown to humanity, an alien force has arrived in the far reaches of the icy Kuiper Belt and has begun mining a dwarf planet to prepare for invasion. So we gotta like come together and thwart the alien extraterrestrial hostility, whatever things. I don't know how the game plays or anything. I'm assuming it's like strategy, conquest kind of deal. I think it's an interesting game. I try to kind of avoid game preview games because it constantly changes, and even if I make a guide for it, often the guide doesn't work because they change the game so much after like 10 updates, 20 updates, or whatever. But anyway, the top gamer currently has 285 gamer score with 50 hours play, so it's a pretty lengthy game, I think. Alright, next game is South Park Snow Day. This I love South Park. So join Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny in three-dimensional glory to celebrate the most magical day in any young child's life, a snow day. Grab up to three friends and battle your way through the snow-piled streets of South Park on a quest to save the world and enjoy your day without school. So I'm excited to try this out, and thanks for sending it as a gift to me. Currently, one achievement is not obtainable, but the completion should be around 10 hours once that is fixed. Grandia HD Collection includes two games from the legendary JRPG Grandia series. The first two games have been remastered with 1000 gamer score each for a total of 2000 gamer score. It should take around 80 hours to complete. Planet Zoo Console Edition. Build a world for wildlife with Planet Zoo Console Edition from the developers of Planet Coaster and Zoo Tycoon. The ultimate zoo simulator is arriving on console. Top Gamer has 430 gamer score with 42 hours played. Sunny Café is a visual novel game from East Asia South, and it's, as the name might imply, you run a cafe and you make relationships and all that good stuff. It is a bit complicated compared to other visual novels, but we have made a simple to follow a guide that makes this an easy 40-minute completion. Super Space Club is a colorful, endless arcade gunner set to the backdrop of chill lo-fi music. It's a club of skilled misfit pilots defend the galaxy by taking on galactic forces and completing a series of thrilling missions. In space, everyone can hear you groove. Top Gamer has 975 gamer score at 21 hours played. The True. In the game, you have to play as a young girl named Sarah who has to find out what happened in the robot tech lab. While playing, you have to solve puzzles, fight with strange creatures, and finally find out not only what actually happened in the lab, but also about who Sarah really is. So Bad Driver has a great guide, trophy guide on this game. It should take about 1 hour to complete. Terra Memoria welcomes you with the open arms, six lovable characters, an investigation through all ages, a world with crazy inhabitants and cozy music, a little RPG with exploration, fighting, construction, and puzzles. It should take about 12 hours to complete. In the Master's Pupil, explore the eye of master artist Claude Monet and experience a unique biographical adventure. Test your skills and perseverance as you overcome the progressive disease that threatened Monet's eyesight and solve puzzles to help the painter complete some of his great masterpieces. So I played this one a little bit. It's interesting, but you're like thrown into the game with no tutorial, no explanation. You gotta figure everything out. I was a little bit confused, but I got past two levels. There's 12 levels. It looks like. It should take about 2 hours to complete, and I hope to make a guide, but no promises just yet because I have not completed the game myself. One Last Breath tells a story about despair, but also about hope. Even if the post-apocalyptic world of this 2.5D adventure is withered, Gaia's powers might be enough to restore life. That won't be easy though. Lots of fearsome mutants will hunt her mercilessly. It should take about 2 hours to complete. In Stasis, Bone Totem, follow Mac and Charlie, a husband and wife duo who make their living scouring the ocean for salvage. But when they stumble upon an abandoned oil rig in the Pacific Ocean, they uncover a horrific secret that Kane Corporation will do anything to keep hidden. Top Gamer has 640 gamer score with 11 hours played. Open Roads launched on Game Pass Day 1. This is a first-person perspective narrative adventure game. Welsh Hunter and Maka 91 both have a great guide on this game, and it should take around 40 minutes to complete. Ario will start a journey to rescue his missing mother from a land plagued by nightmares and curses, only to find himself immersed in a battle for his life against powerful dark forces. Join him along the way as he faces plenty of challenges and hazards, fights demons and mechanic enemies, explore abrupt cliffs, and meets new allies and foes in an epic journey for revenge. It should take about 1 hour to complete. Retouring is a puzzle game using colors and coding to get through each area. It can be stacked 3 times on Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Windows. Buying the Xbox One version first will give you a 50% discount on the other two versions. The Welsh Hunter has a great guide on this game. It should take about 45 minutes to complete this. 7 Days Heroes is a retro-style 2D platformer in which you control up to 4 different characters, each with their unique abilities. Top Gamer has 535 gamer score with 2 hours played. Forrader Hero is a roguelite turn-based strategy game where you can move up, down, or forward. Each space is occupied with armor, sword item, or an enemy. Strategically avoid or tackle the enemies and utilize passive and active skills to get through each area. It should take around 40 minutes to complete, and a guide is coming soon to our channel. House is a horror adventure game where you play as a young girl exploring a dangerous house that's doing everything it can to kill you and your family. Race against time to change the fate or fall into darkness yourself. Top Gamer has 450 gamer score with 6 hours played. Okay, that's it for full releases. Let's move on to DLC and updates that came out last week. Same, I'll go in chronological order of release. But before I do talk about the DLC and updates, I think you may have noticed I gave shout out to some of our fellow content creators, and I didn't really promise too much of guys from our own channel. It's because I figure that I may have to replicate some of the other guys. I may have to like not copy but kind of reference them a little bit, but and make our own guys. But I still want to give them credit for being the first to be with the guide, and also that I realized I'm not gonna be able to cover every game. I try to kind of avoid doing the same game if possible, but I did get a lot of review codes, so I do try to um, make some videos or content at least. But anyways, I'm gonna be doing this more in the future. If I find a good guide, whether it's on Steam, whether it's on Trophy, whether it's on Xbox, I'll try to like point them out so you have a reference to go to, even if there's no guides available on the Hidden Levels channel. Just making it better for everyone. Alright, so let's go. Wobbly Life got a DLC, title update 0.9.4. It added 2 achievements for 60 gamer score. Puzzle Quest 3 got a Season 3.0, a Broken Dream update, 150 gamer score, 5 achievements. Violet Wisteria got an update where now you got 99 lives instead of 9 lives, so the game is a little bit easier. And also it added very easy achievement for 1000 gamer score, 5 achievements. Elder Scrolls Online got a DLC, Science of Italia, 2 achievements, 130 gamer score. For Fallout 76, I got Atlantic Cities, America's Playground DLC. Both the Xbox version and the Windows version got it. 3 achievements, 90 gamer score. Call of the Wild, the Angler, got a South Africa Reserve DLC, which added 5 achievements for 200 gamer score. Train Sim World 4 got 5 Circle Line, Edinburgh Markinch via Dunfermline and Kirk Keldy. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing any of this right, but you got that DLC, 3 achievements for 225 gamer score. Saga of the Moon Priestess got a title update, 5 achievements for 1000 gamer score. Notice many of you are asking for a guide about this or a guide about how to get armor, got the spear. That's all of that will be explained in the guide that's coming soon to our channel. Sherlock Part 2 got a DLC, well, not DLC, title update. It added the level 16 through 20, so that's 5 achievements for 500 gamer score, and I hope to make a guide for this one very soon as well. So that's it for all the DLC and updates that came out in the last week. Let's look at the upcoming releases this week. Okay, I said I'm gonna look at the upcoming releases, but actually there's nothing. No games interest me this week. Either I've already played the games because I got early review codes, or the ones that are coming out. I don't have too much information. Just don't have information to be excited about. But there will be a spring sale starting on April 4th with probably like 780, 800 games on sale. So I think there might be some stuff I want to pick up and try finally, because some of them I've been waiting. As the games get more expensive, I gotta wait for like 50% sale, 60% sales. So there are some games that I've been waiting for to go on at least 50%. So well, I think I'm gonna pick something up. I'll share what I picked up in the next week's podcast. So I think that's it. Thanks for listening. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. And subscribe, like. Please share our videos more out to more people. More people see the videos, listen to our podcast. The more I can do, I can use that to our advantage to get more games. I can use the data to convince my wife to give me more time to play the games, because I got fans. I don't know. And maybe that's a little bit far-fetched, but I think very stereotypical Asian, many Asian family, the guys love games, girls don't, will fight about it. And I'm still the typical. My wife's pretty nice, so she lets me play games, but there's a limit, obviously. So more data I got, the better. All right. I just want to connect with you, so I'm sharing more about myself and opening up. All right, thanks for listening. Another episode wrapped up, and I'll be back with episode 9 next week. Do all the good stuff. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.